Sites in Texas, the cleanup still ongoing after 1.5 feet of rainfall fell in southern Texas.
Yes, thankfully staying dry there for the rest of the weekend, but other areas now looking at a flash flooding concern.
Yeah, it's going to be an active pattern here as we step through this weekend. Thanks for joining us on AccuWeather Weekend. I'm Melissa Constanzer.
And I'm Anna Azallion. Let's go ahead and dive right into radar and satellite, especially you see the red, you know what that means. It's a severe weather day.
And we are expecting these thunderstorms to blossom. Already some thunderstorms out there across Missouri, but some of the more severe ones through Texas at this point in time. They are the hail producer variety. Big storm system, though, moving north. You can see it spinning over Iowa with snow and ice on the backside.
Yeah, it's another one of those storms. We're talking severe weather to the south, snow and ice to the north. We have the freezing rain moving through New Hampshire, Vermont, and up into Maine at this point.
That's the warm front lifting, and then below that, you do have warm air in St. Louis, but probably the greatest risk for tornadoes occurs just to the southeast. So as these storms work their way eastward, we'll watch that over Illinois into Indiana, extending southward through much of Arkansas into places like northwestern Mississippi. So a long day ahead of us as we watch for those thunderstorms to build, produce that severe weather threat, and continue to produce potential of severe thunderstorms into tonight. Right now, you do have some rain there across the Show Me state, so this is going to be some moisture that helps to kind of keep things at bay, at least for a little while, but it's also moistening up the atmosphere, which can sometimes mean some more fuel for thunderstorms. To the south, you can see thunderstorms could be strong to severe, and we'll watch that again in St. Louis. This is where we have those individual cells starting up through the afternoon hours into the evening and overnight. As they continue to form more of a line, those thunderstorms will move eastward, and that's where we will also see the potential. In some spots, we'll be getting rounds of thunderstorms that could lead to flooding. This afternoon, a little bit of that wet weather still left, but watch the cold front start to initialize some of these thunderstorms, especially near and along that line from parts of Indiana, stretching southward then through Arkansas. Those thunderstorms, again, do have that potential to produce tornadoes. We have some spotty thunderstorms ahead of it. You've got a busy day ahead, and we are watching the thunderstorms out there this morning, most of them not severe. Where we are looking at some of those thunderstorms that have been stronger, you can see all the lightning south of Dallas. Those are the hail producers that we're concerned with. As you work your way into Missouri, parts of Oklahoma, we have plenty of thunderstorms here. These thunderstorms, though, thankfully not severe. So again, most of those thunderstorms that have been severe are the hail threat here across parts of northern Texas. And as we go through time, we will see a lot more activity to come. Thunderstorms continue to slide east. There's going to be more where those thunderstorms start, and they can become supercells in the beginning as they just initialize. Then as they become more of a line moving off towards the east through the overnight hours, it's a damaging wind threat, though, and tornadoes could be embedded in that threat. So just keep that in mind. Large hail also a big possibility, especially when we see those thunderstorms initializing, when they're individual storms there and not so much as a definitive line. Here we are watching through time. There's this storm complex leading to some wet weather still across Illinois and parts of Missouri. Any of those individual thunderstorms can be strong to severe thunderstorms with the risk for tornadoes and large hail. As we continue to watch this line move eastward, then we see these thunderstorms become more of a line, damaging winds becoming more of the main threat here as these thunderstorms charge eastward. Still could see, though, some hail, certainly some isolated tornadoes. If you're traveling today, the good news is I think we're okay in most locations. Dallas, some of those thunderstorms as they get in, they could slow you down a little bit. So I think minor delays there. As we pick up that snow in Minneapolis, some minor delays. Chicago, I think it gets stormy enough that we could actually have some major delays, maybe some ground stops for certain points of time, and thunderstorms.
Well, thanks for sticking with us here on AccuWeather Weekend. It's another weekend, another severe weather threat, including the chance. Well, not only are we expecting tornadoes on the ground today, but we already are tracking our next risk of severe weather all starting Tuesday. We do have a level 2 out of 4 moderate risk area stretching from north of Kansas City all the way down towards Dallas. Not quite down to Dallas, but we are. Well, let's turn now to the northeast, where once again we have a very sharp cutoff here from warm air to cooler air. Now, New York City, you were in the warmer air section yesterday, seeing a high in the low 80s, but you saw temperature. Whether you've been through severe weather in the past or maybe you're not super familiar with it, you've moved somewhere new that has severe weather, you're not really sure what to expect. Well, there's a couple things that can help to ease that anxiety. First of all, preparation. Knowing about the forecast, having an idea of where your tornado safe location is, things like that can kind of help to put your mind at ease. and mentioning knowing the forecast, make sure you're using reliable sources. There are a lot of people on social media putting information out about the weather who are not meteorologists. They are not weather experts like all of us at the AccuWeather Network. You want to rely on meteorologists, local news, places like that to get your forecast information. And knowing about local resources for mental health to help manage